Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gundam Guys podcast. I'm Keenan.
I'm Jeff.
And this is a podcast where I take my co-host through the entire Universal Century that is the Gundam franchise, from episode to episode, day by day, night by night.
And I get judged for eating flaming hot lays, even though they're very tasty.
I'm telling you, it's just not good for audio to be chewing on it while we're talking.
I wasn't gonna chew on it while we were talking. I was chewing on it while we were setting up. Listen, you all are listening to the breakup of the Gundam Guys. This is, how dare you, Keenan? They were yummy, and sometimes I just, you were doing all your very intelligent, very good audio stuff, and I just wanted a little sneaky snack, before we have our actual snack.
Right, before we actually enjoy what we're going to have today.
Before we do what we do on this my one job on this podcast.
And you've already mucked it up.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you, everybody, for coming on. This is the end of it. No, I'm kidding.
Keenan, you went shopping.
I did go shopping.
You went shopping.
Jeff has been admiring my recent purchases that have come in from Right Stuff. Which
so fancy.
Which will totally date this episode, but that's okay.
About like 3 weeks. It's not too bad.
Yeah. But Gundam the Origin Part 2 released a little early. Jeff was surprised by looking at it, just like, why is it only 2 episodes? It was like, well, because they're actually like short films, not not regular half-an-hour episodes. And then I got the
and all of our people are on the cover, which is cool. Some people I don't recognize, but like Char, Noah Bright, Sayla, Amuro,
Hot Dad.
Hot Dad.
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
I think
he's in a very small spot, but you'll see him.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know if I'm looking at the right person, because I see Kai. I see Hayato and Mirai and Fraubo and Garma, my boyfriend, who's dead.
Who tragically passed in our last episode.
And his very unattractive father. Like, I see all those people. Is that him over here? Is that Hot Dad?
Tilted a little bit.
Right there?
No, that is not Hot Dad.
Okay, then I don't know where Hot Dad is.
He's in there somewhere. I'll point him out later.
Okay. But this is not great for audio, but I just, listen, I can't even find him on the cover of a DVD. Where is Hot Dad?
It's been an ongoing problem, people. We need to find him.
Hashtag Daddy come home.
The other purchase I got is the limited import of Gundam Narrative, or NT, which came with a nice little piece of artwork, a booklet that has production sketches, a drama CD, which I don't think it's in English, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to understand it.
What no one realizes is I am Vanna Whiting all these things as you say them to you, who owns them.
Yeah, but it's great for an audio medium.
Listen, I've been really succeeding in that field today, so I thought this was going to be the add-on Right Stuff made this look like it was going to be like a
lot bigger, right?
Yeah.
No,
but you know what? I like this. This fits on a shelf better.
Yes.
And that's what I need from my life. Because that's the problem with those big packages. I'm like, oh, where am I going to stick this?
Yeah, like, I think we talked about this in one of the other episodes, but they did a limited run for Unicorn that comes in a big, like, octagon-shaped box that probably is big enough to be like this drum pad in terms of like diameter.
Well, and that's the one you did not get because it's like $700 or
yeah,
something.
No, I am not paying that much money for something like that.
Agreed. Unless Sailor Moon does it, and then my tune will change.
Like Gurren Lagann got re-released after like being out of print for a while, and that's like, it's like that with the Gundam NT small collection box. That was still like $200 though.
That's how they get you.
Ugh, those heathens.
That's how you get you. I mean, I got my Sailor Moon limited edition volume 1 of Stars coming, and that was like $70.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing like nonstop posts from you and a bunch of my other friends on Twitter about Stars.
Oh yeah, it's a big
it's a big deal.
It's the big deal because this is the first time. Everything Viz has released to this point has been released in America previously with the original dub. Everything they've been other than Crystal, but this is the first time it's something that's just here. So
speaking of releases,
yes.
This is something that we brought up in the 40th anniversary special that we did for Gundam. It's not our 40th anniversary. We're not that old. I told Jeff that there was a new SD Gundam property that was being made, which got him really excited.
Uh-huh.
On YouTube, on Gundam Info's channel right now, there is an episode. I wouldn't call it
Question mark?
The reason I say that is because it's like a comic dub, not a like regular animated TV show.
But it's an SD Gundam.
But it's SD Gundam.
But is it SD Gundam Force?
It looks as adorable as SD Gundam Force, I'll tell you that much.
But you know what? But is there a little blue French Gundam hand? Because otherwise, I don't know if I can support this.
They're in Japanese, so I can't tell you if they're doing French.
Not to worry,
not.
Keenan, because by the time we get to this, it'll be about 20 years from now, and they'll be in English, but then I'll be 50. Oh my God.
I'll be trailing not far behind you.
Yikes. My mortality just became really real.
Yeah, so was Garma's last episode. That was a real shame.
Oh, Keenan, you made it sad.
But that's what happened last episode is that
He did. My boyfriend died. Hey, nah.
We built up 5 episodes of this wonderful character, and Char had to be that kind of a guy to just undermine him, backstab him, and ultimately lead him to his own demise.
Hey, fly over there. You don't see that there are guns pointed at you over there, but I do. Just go that way.
But because of that, we did learn something very fascinating about Char.
Oh, yes, that he has it out for
The Zabi family.
For Garma's father.
Yes.
Who is the head of Zeon, which I had no idea.
Yeah, where you didn't know that Garma was actually royalty, so now...
No, I didn't know he was a prince, but I can see it.
This means the stakes just got raised so unbelievably high now. Because now, like, as we saw in the last episode, like, he was, like, this isn't, like, a detached father where he's like, it's just another one of my kids, who cares? No, he was visibly upset that Garma was dead.
I'm really interested, because what it felt like the end of an arc, which we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And now we're starting a new one, and I'm very excited. Though, clearly from the preview, this is going to have some remnants of the last arc, but it seems like it's also going to be a jumping off point, so I'm very excited.
But that's what I'm hopeful for you, is that this episode looks like it's going to cover actually, like, real ramifications of people's actions, which some episodes didn't do that.
Listen, I'm just excited for whatever's coming next. I have no expectations, just you know, I'm just excited.
Yeah. But we can tell you what to expect as we're going to watch this episode of Gundam, which is episode 11, titled Iselina Dash Loves Remains.
Dramatic pause for the dash.
Dramatic pause for the dash. Which aired on June 16th, 1979 in Japan, and in America it aired on August 6th, 2001.
The day before my 13th birthday. I'm going to do this every episode.
Oh man, we got to do something special when it actually is your birthday, and we'll talk about an episode that probably aired on your birthday at one point.
I'm pretty sure that's next week.
There you go. Jeff.
Yes, Keenan.
Would you like to talk about what we're going to be snacking on today?
Oh, let me tell you, Keenan. I find it despicable to even think of sitting down to enjoy an anime and not bring a snack. No, I say, no! And therefore today, our snack is bagels and cream cheese and flaming hot Lay's Don't Fuck With Me, Keenan.
I did actually have a few of those. They are very tasty.
They are very tasty. And we also have a limon Lay's. So we've got like a little feast going on for today's episode. Because we're starting a new arc, so we gotta get multiple snacks.
Yeah, we gotta be ready for this.
But the bagels are like the official snack.
He just knocked the pop filter away.
The official snack of this episode, bagels and cream cheese. What kind of bagels, Keenan?
I have everything bagels.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I did not need to swear that intensely, but y'all, I love an everything bagel.
Oh, that hasn't stopped you before.
You're not wrong. We are marked explicit for a reason. But you ready to go watch the episode?
Absolutely. We're going to go do that, and we'll be right back.
See you soon.
Hey everybody, we just got done watching episode 11 of Mobile Suit Gundam.
And we are in the shit.
Yeah, we are.
We're into it. We're deep in. start of a new arc, though they don't officially say it's a new arc. It becomes very clear from the opening it's a new arc.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. It's about to get buck wild.
Oh, yeah, it is. Like, we both knew right away because the normal narration that plays throughout the whole series so far, they cut it short.
Yeah, the opening changed. I was like, oh, see, I was right. The last one was the end of an arc. Shit's really popping off now because it's just a whole new opening. Well, not a whole new opening, just a chopped up version of the original.
They knew just like, okay, after that last episode, we got to get people into this stuff right now.
Yeah, R.I.P. People are born and raised and die. Gone. I was shocked. We open with the explosion that happens during.
Yep. Instead, I think I didn't time it, but I think they cut that intro in half by the least.
Oh yeah.
But we needed to go right back to space because now.
Yes.
We, as I said when in our intro, this episode, what I was hoping that Jeff would see is that it would show the ramifications of what had happened in the previous one, and boy, does it.
It does. Well, it's not even just as much about just the ramifications of what happened with the last one. It's a lot of here's where the show's going.
Right.
Here's the future of this, of where here's the next 33 episodes.
Yeah, they definitely do a new setup of things to come, and we establish some characters.
We do. We got the zombie family in the house. One more member than I knew there was. Oh, P.S.
Yes.
Casselia, stunning.
Yeah, we finally got to see
that powder purple number. Oh, girl, and she kind of looks like that woman from episode 8 who I thought was going to be Casselia, or from episode 9 who I thought was going to be Casselia. They have the same color hair.
You thought it was Matilda.
Yeah, but they actually look a lot alike.
They do. It's just Casselia has way more hair than Matilda does, and she has it done up.
Oh, yes. It is stunning. Yeah. I love her.
I think the way they drew Casselia made her seem to be a bit older than Matilda.
She definitely looked old. She definitely looked all the other. You could tell Garma was the baby of the family.
Like, she gave me a lot of like Maleficent in terms of design of her face. Like, her cheeks are kind of caved in a little bit,
and she's got Lady Tremaine's hair, but red.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got the feeling that she was just from their designs, I actually got the feeling she was like the second oldest, because I thought she looked older than Admiral Tinyhead, who makes his grand return.
I am glad you brought that up. So, one more thing, though, I'd like to say about her outfit, though. Compared to all the other, like, Zeon hierarchy that has the capelets, she has a real cape where it goes past the waist.
She does, Keenan. She has a cape. It is like, hello. And I was like, yes.
So,
loved her.
This episode opened up by going back to, we actually see the real side 3, where Zeon's home base is. We get a great long establishing shot of a Zeon ship coming in, which Admiral Tinyhead is on.
Yes, which, what did you say when we got a good close-up of him? Because if you all will remember and listen back, you will hear Keenan teasing me like, yeah, his head's not that small. And then we get a close-up of his head in regards to the rest of his body. And what did we say, Keenan?
His head really is that small.
Yes! I mean, it might not even be is that his head is that small as opposed to his body is that big.
Yeah.
However, if you got one, you got the other.
Right. So Dozel,
our first good look at him, and honestly, close up, not what I thought he looked like.
Right.
You thought scar.
Was it worse or better than what you thought?
Actually, better. I actually liked him better close up.
Oh, that's good.
Then from a distance, because it was hard telling like what he looked like. You didn't get the scar, and he looked a lot older from a distance. Where here, I was like, oh, you're clearly the next youngest.
We also established way more of his character as opposed to that one screen that we saw him just yelling at Char.
Yeah, he was a very different character than he seemed in our early run-ins with him. He was very got a lot more personality with him.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell there was a real brotherly love for Garma. I think even though we didn't get a lot of the siblings, I think the 3 siblings, one of whom we haven't mentioned yet, even in the short amount of time we have with them, they each felt like they had very distinct personalities.
Yes.
And I like that.
I do too.
I wish we got more Cecilia, because I think the boys did a lot more talking than she did, especially when they come up back later.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just the 2 boys and the father, and she's just kind of standing there. But the 3, I really like how, because those 3 distinct personalities, nothing like Garma's.
Right. So it's very clear, it's like, who are we talking about in terms of family members?
None of them consider themselves as pretty as Garma considered himself. Let me just put it that way.
Oh, yeah, and I know exactly what you're talking about because I pointed this out when we get to that in the episode.
But yeah, we get to see Zeon, and it's really cool.
Yeah. So everybody heard the news that Garma died. So everybody came home to kind of mourn the loss. What I was mentioning about what Dozel was doing was that not only do we see more character from him, he seems to be the most affected, aside from the
100%.
About Garma's passing.
Definitely. I would say after the father, yes. Because the one thing I really liked is, I feel like with a lot of anime, when we kill off like a quote-unquote general, kind of like the big boss at the time.
Yeah.
We're kind of done with them after that, usually. Like, that's it.
Right, we write them off, and then we move on.
And if they are related to the big bad's like, well, there was no son of mine, because otherwise he would still be alive. But no, like, they are, like, genuinely affected by his death. They decide to come together, which you know is just going to make Zeon more threatening.
Although, when Dozel was coming in, he did point out something that I wrote down. I don't know if they're going to bring that up again later, but they mentioned that Zeon's home colony of Side 3, especially the city that they're in, which is called Zoom City, it means something, but I won't tell you yet.
Is it because Sonic the Hedgehog lives there? Because as soon as they said go Zoom City, I was like, gotta go fast?
It's spelled differently.
Gotta go. How is it? Zoum.
No.
Oh, then how is it spelled?
ZUM.
That's stupid.
It'll mean something when we actually address it.
Okay. But it's stupid, though.
It's still pretty stupid.
Okay, I just wanted to I was like, Keenan, we cannot continue this podcast until you will admit that's stupid.
No, it's incredibly stupid. But
then why is it Zum City or Zoom?
Well, again,
you know what?
I'll tell you
mysteries we will never solve.
I'll tell you when we get to it. But Dozel mentioned that colony isn't as defended as others. Like, there's not as much fortification there, which is weird considering that that's where the castle is.
Yeah, that's where the king lives.
Yeah,
in his angry castle.
So yeah, that's right. It does have an angry face.
Everything has listen. Zeon is on the branding. Mm-hmm. Everything is angry.
Right.
The people are angry. The ships are angry. Mm-hmm. The buildings are angry. Everyone's angry.
I mean, they're in a war. Of course everybody's angry.
But angry is, like, specifically their brand.
Right. Well, I mean, they're the ones that are claiming they want independence from the evil Earth Federation.
Yes.
So that makes sense to me. I'm sure that's not what the designers thought.
If the staff of Luna 2 taught us anything, they might not be totally wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, here's what's weird, and I'm sure this will be explained later. They want independence.
Yeah.
So they decided the best way to get independence was by establishing a monarchy?
Put a pin in that.
Okay, good. Okay. You understand.
Trust me, it'll be worth it.
You understand the confusion there, and how those two morals don't exactly align.
Right, where they're fighting for freedom from the Earth Federation, but they have a monarchy, like he said. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But speaking of the monarchy, we have to see what the king is actually doing. So Degwin is slumped in his chair, like he's really heard about this. Like he doesn't even like raise his tone of voice throughout this entire episode. He is just like, I don't know how I feel about this, but thank you all for coming here.
He really doesn't talk much at all.
He's very
which I
soft-spoken.
kind of liked.
Yeah.
I like because it's very not in line with his character design, where you expect this blustering,
boisterous,
kind of
guy. Like he would be making all the speeches. to the people. But no, actually, the one who does the most amount of talking is the next character as a part of the Zabi family, who we just get introduced in this episode.
Yes, who is also very handsome. Not that applies.
But he's more like military handsome, where his, he's got like...
Well, Garma was beautiful. This one's handsome.
Right, where he's definitely like very masculine, like his hair's cut short, like buzzed almost.
Gorgeous white hair.
Yeah, I saw it a little more as like leaning on a pink side, since...
Pink?
Yeah, just a hair.
I did not see any pink.
Just a hair, because Garma's hair is purple, Dozel's hair is a bit of a darker purple, so I thought that would make sense that they would go on a lighter shade.
I thought Dozel's hair was brown. Oh, I have not been paying good attention to these hair colors, to the subtle hair colors.
Right. Anyway, this man that we're mentioning, his name is Giran Zabi, and this will come as a shock to you. He's actually the oldest child.
Oh, yes. I am so shocked. My mind is so blown. I never would have guessed from
you thought Cassilia was the oldest.
I never thought... No, I said Cassilia felt like the second oldest.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I did not think she was the oldest. I knew he was because he's the one sitting at the right hand of his father. So he was...
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The imagery. I knew what they were doing.
Okay. I just thought that, like, just based on his physical appearance, you wouldn't assume that he would be the oldest, because Dozel actually looks older than he does.
Really? See, when the three of them were together, I thought Dozel looked the youngest.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
he's certainly the youngest in attitude, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, like when the three of them, because Dozel, to me, when we first saw him in the initial 5 episodes, seemed just like this angry middle-aged man. And then when we actually saw him, I was like, oh... You actually seem like you would be the youngest with your tiny head, as opposed to his siblings.
Yeah, his body is way too big for him.
He is a Dorito.
He does
with a head and legs.
He does kind of have that like triangle look to his torso. But not only is Giran's personality different, his outfit is also like, it's still the Zeon uniform, but unlike Cassilia in the purple, Dozel's got the green, Degwin has red, Garma also had a shade of green. Giran's is just black and gold, like, and that tells me there's like, okay, he is a no-nonsense type person.
And it looked similar to Char's.
It did, actually, yeah.
In comparison to the other three.
No capelet, though.
No, which was a shame. He would have looked good with one.
Yeah.
Daddy has a big cape.
Oh yeah,
he's
the sovereign. He's got to have like all the fanciest clothes. I mean, you see his cane; it's got a big giant gem.
I love the cane
on top of it.
So bananas. It's ginormous.
He taps his finger on whenever he's thinking about something.
The cane is huge, and I love it.
He is a big man. He's definitely a big man. But Giran is the most vocal about like having them do something about Garma's passing.
Yeah, Giran did not seem super steeped in mourning. Much more steeped in, okay, how are we going to play this politically?
Right, and I'm glad you picked up on that. That's a very interesting that I know. A very interesting thing I noted about him too.
Because Dozel, talked about kind of his feelings in regards to this, whereas Giran was like, okay, how are we going to play this to the public? How are we going to no, I don't even think he called Garma by name over the course.
I don't think so either. Meanwhile, Dozel is like, I can just imagine him walking through the door right now.
Yeah, it was really, you know what? Admiral Tinyhead really grew on me this episode.
Yeah. He thought like Garma was going to actually live up to outrank him.
I love that when he was like, I look forward to calling him sir. That's such a good like big brother thing. Mm-hmm. Like when you really love your little brother and you're just like, yeah, I just want you to be the best. Yeah. I want you to be better than I am.
Cassilia didn't seem that bothered though.
She didn't really get to do that much, which was weird because
this is the introduction of her character.
Well, not just that. We've heard about her for a long time now.
Right.
Whereas we heard no mention of Giran. And Giran seemed to be responding in the way I expected Cassilia to. But she didn't really respond much at all. She was just kind of there, which was disappointing.
Right. Now, the Zabi family hierarchy goes as follows, where you got Degwin, you have Giran, there's another son that they don't mention.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, there's a secret son?
There's a secret son.
Wait, should I know this? Are you spoiling for me, Keenan?
It's not really a spoiler
How dare.
because they never address it in the series up until many years later. It's a retcon, essentially.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I won't learn about him in Mobile Suit Gundam.
Long time.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is a secret son.
Yes.
They just didn't think about it at the time.
Well, of course.
Dozel,
Yes.
then Cecilia.
Really?
Uh-huh. And then,
I'm surprised by that.
and then Garma.
Gotcha.
So it makes a little more sense that Garma and Cecilia would be a little bit closer to each other based on how Garma talked her up.
I just figured they were either the same rank or she was higher because Garma was a higher rank than Char, and he was really concerned about Cecilia, whereas Char
not
dealt with
ranking.
Dozel.
I mean, like bloodline, like the
age.
Yeah, age-wise.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking ranking, but yeah, I did not think she was younger than Dozel, but
Yeah, neither did I when I
know.
first saw her. But big surprise
Yeah.
on that part. And then, of course, Degwin, being the sovereign ruler, he has final say in everything. He puts an end to the family's discussion, even though he's happy to have all of them there.
is he? He didn't seem like super excited to see the other two.
He did have a smile on his face when Dozel walked in. Like, his mood did kind of pick up a hair when he walked through the door. But as soon as Giran started chatting up about what they're planning to do, he's just kind of like,
Yeah, he was
Look.
very like, Dad, be quiet. I'm planning machinations here.
son, we need to have a respectful mourning for my baby.
Yeah, I like that when he was like, now we will say a prayer, and then you just have them standing there, and then we cut away.
Yeah, they didn't say anything. And you know what didn't come in like I was hoping? No narrator to interrupt this horrible thing.
Keenan takes the narrator as his personal nemesis.
He's offended me.
Keenan gets very upset at the narrator's
that
actions.
narrator is just there to steal the spotlight, if you ask me.
I barely notice him, but every time you were like, and did you see what he did today? He is your Burbank bus. He is your nemesis.
He is my Burbank bus, exactly. Anyway, so we're done with the zombies for now. We got to address Garma's lady now in mourning, Iselina, who is
I can't with this, and this just made me miss Garma more.
right. Like, this is a good way to like remind us. Like, Garma was such a great character.
He was so good because she walks in.
So she's in a waiting room at Garma's base. Another, like, one of his lieutenants comes to pick her up and is like, here, let me show you to Garma's room where he would, do his studies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So they go in.
They go in. Oh, it's fucking great. Okay, so they go in. And as you do, you know how we all have wall-size paintings of our faces? Just in our main room, there is just a giant, it is the entire wall painting of Garma's face.
I think it's at least 15 feet high.
My favorite part is it's so big that every time we cut to Iselina and she is framed against the painting, she goes up to his nose.
Yeah.
And they can't fit his entire face in frame when she's standing in front of the painting. It is the most batshit crazy. That to me was the best tribute to Garma. Never mind the Sabi family prayers. Just seeing that this asshole keeps a wall-sized painting of himself in his office so he can just stare at his own pretty-ass face is the best shit. I love Garma and I miss him.
Could you just imagine he's sitting at his desk writing like a report that he's going to give off to his superiors, and he'll just look over to his painting and be like, gosh, I'm pretty.
Yeah, who the fuck needs a mirror when you just have that? When you're just facing yourself all day.
When somebody had to go out of their way to paint his giant face.
Here's the thing. Put yourself in the mind of that painter, or even better, like the construction company who had to come in, or like the designer who's like, oh yes, we're gonna put a Neiman Marcus couch over in the corner, and what would you like to do with this wall? I'm thinking like maybe a nice wall scroll, some wallpaper. Oh, and I think like a soft eggshell color would be great. Oh,
no,
that would
my
be wonderful. No, yeah, exactly. No, my face. We're gonna put my face. I just want my face.
That. Bravo, Garma.
That was the best fucking send-off for Garma I could have imagined. I love him.
So she is still distraught. And she
should have just kept the picture. Here's how this scene should have gone. She should have just taken that big ass picture and left. That's how this scene should have gone. Granted, she would have need 10 men to carry it, but it's fine.
It's fine. I'll tell you what's not fine though, which I don't know if you caught this, but on their way in, the soldier that led her there, he mentioned something about awkwardly staring at her while they were at the party, and I was like, huh?
He was like trying to He's trying to catch her on the rebound. He was. Well, did they know she was dating him? Because wasn't it hush hush?
Yeah, they did kind of go off like to be by themselves away from the people.
I mean,
but
clearly by the end of the episode, everyone knew by the way the episode goes. However, I wasn't sure, maybe he didn't know she was with Garma. But either way, boy was not slick. He was just like, hey, I was staring at you across the room when you didn't know I was watching. I was that's a terrible...
And he tries to cover it up too because like, he's like, oh, wait, no, I mean, it's because you're so beautiful and wonderful. You know?
And I'm like, no, you're not helping yourself, sir. That is no less creepy.
Like, she even glared at him and then just kind of just like, oh, whatever. And then he just kind of like relaxes. He's like, okay, I'm free.
Yeah. To be fair, though, her glare... Listen, I don't know what it was with her, but I feel like they animated her face weird, where the expressions were not as expressive as everyone else.
Yeah, she did kind of have, like, just the stoic look throughout most of this episode.
Like, her voice would change with her emotions, but her face wouldn't.
They didn't animate her very well.
I mean, it would slightly, but not like there's a scene later where she's standing like posed in the wind and everything looks great until they get to her face. And I'm like, what? That's very weirdly animated.
But yeah, she is harboring all of these different mixed feelings, and it caps off with this soldier. We actually get a name for him because he is kind of an integral part of this episode. His name is Lieutenant Dorota.
Who should fucking know better than what he's about to agree to do? Yeah,
he says he knows it must be tough for her right now due to Garma's passing, but he swears that he's going to do whatever he can to make sure that the Federation pays. She's like, okay, I want 3 ships, huh? You heard me. I want 3 attack carriers like Garma had, and we're going after them.
Here's what I don't understand. She has no power in Zeon. She was just like the governor's daughter, the governor who was basically just forced to bow to Zeon because they were like, hey, I want that mansion for my pretty son.
Now, here's the thing, though, is because Garma was pretty much the only person in charge, nobody else has come up to kind of take his place. So things are, as we see in this episode, a little chaotic among Zeon right now on Earth.
Yeah, and clearly no one is deserving of his place, as they just let some civilian come in and go, I want 3 ships. And they're like, sure.
I'm sure it'll be fine, maybe.
Yeah, and he has this look on his face. I'm like, dude, you're in the military. She's not. Say no. What was the plan?
I wish I could tell you, because he just went along with it.
Like, I wrote this down for late, and, you know, we'll talk about it more later, but I don't understand why anyone agreed to what this one person who none of them have maybe ever met before, other than she looked pretty across the room, and... They're just like, yes, we will do that thing.
God, I hope that wasn't the only reason.
We were given no other... Well, no, I don't think that was the reason. I just mean, they have... Who is she to be able to command military personnel?
Yeah, that was strange, but understandable. It's just, I agree that it was odd that they let her do it and assist her, but... we're going to worry about that later, because we got to go see how our friends at White Base are doing.
Why are there still civilians? Well, I mean, we
know
that
why,
last week.
but it really hits home this episode because something really stupid happens.
Yeah. Civilians in the Gundam world are fucking morons. And I mean that with all the love. No, I don't. They're terrible. They listen, we'll get to it. Right now they're packing. They're packing because they can't wait to get to Earth.
The only civilians that matter are people who we get names for. Everybody else, just might as well just leave them off like lemmings because that's all they do is just jump off cliffs.
No, if they just opened a door in the ship, they would all just start falling out because they make the civilians in this show so dumb.
Now, I understand that the civilians are what they're doing right now is we see some of them and we don't see it, but they're telling us that they're packing their stuff up now because they're getting so close to getting out of Zeon territory. So they're just kind of like getting themselves together so that when they get picked up, they could just be like, okay, we're out of here. We don't want to be on this ship anymore. And they've been on this thing for weeks and have gone through so much. So I understand why they're restless. I don't think it excuses what they do later.
Yeah, I get being restless. So well, it doesn't excuse what they've done before. The elderly held the quote-unquote hostage situation. They just got on a raft in Zeon territory and no one thought better of it.
Right.
What is the plan? And they're in the desert. Where are you going to go?
I think that could sum up this episode, actually, is what was your plan?
Oh my God, it's so true, Keenan. Because every person in this episode, I'm like, what's the plan? What are you doing?
I mean, aside from like our main characters, like they're just kind of like, okay, well now we have to deal with this.
Yeah, but all the like characters of the week, not good. Not good.
Yeah, I said the civilians are packing up, and then they hit one of the worst things that I hate about air travel. Turbulence.
So upset. I was like, no. Because what y'all don't know is I'm terrified of flying. And it's mainly because of turbulence. And the thing is, I know being at full height and going through turbulence is like one of the safest parts of a flight. Because really, first of all, flying is perfectly safe at all times.
Yeah.
But the only place where if there was something was going to go wrong would be probably during takeoff. Not during when you're just floating and there's turbulence, even if it's heavy turbulence. I don't care. My crazy ass brain, as soon as we hit turbulence, it's like, we were not built for this. The plane will fall apart. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much.
My feeling is like, you get that feeling in your stomach where you feel it kind of like going up as, you know, the plane drops a little bit. I can't stand that. I hate it on roller coasters and I hate it on airplanes.
I just grab on to the arm handles, the armrest for like dear life, and I'm just like this. I'm just like, but great for the visual for this audio medium. But like, I just like, I turn into like a spider, and I'm just like clawing on, and my shoulders are hunched, and I get a headache.
What you can't see is Jeff is like. His arms are in a death grip around like the armrest. He's hunched over. And it's just like,
No, I hate it. I hate it. I'm a big old wimp, but they handle it like, they're like, oh, and they even do the like flight attendant thing where Sayla's like, excuse me, we are now experiencing some turbulence.
I know.
Don't worry. We will be fine.
Sayla's the best. She's wonderful.
Love her.
Amuro and Ryu are actually not really bothered by this either. They're doing maintenance on the Gundam right now, and they apparently, Amuro is trying something new with the beam swords, which we won't get a payoff for that until later.
It's great.
Ryu lost his tan again, though, which makes me question, is like, who's doing the inking today?
I forget to look every time. All I know is that everyone else is always in their uniforms, and Amuro's just always trying to run around that fucking wife beater, and I'm like, y'all, this is not a good look.
No, it's not, but... as Ryu points out, it's like, I didn't realize you were this good of a mechanic, so I guess the wife beater look kind of fits for that, but
not cute.
Anyway, but they reference what Amuro is planning to do with these beam swords, and they call it the Javelin. A new toy that's going to be added onto the line.
I didn't even pay attention to that part, but now what we get later makes so much more sense that it's called the Javelin.
Better than a hammer that's not really a hammer.
I thought it was the lance, but silly me.
Back upstairs on the bridge, Mirai and Bright are having a conversation about whether or not they should land right now because they just got out of a really intense battle again.
Yeah, I was confused. Why did she feel we should land?
So she pointed out that their engines are not holding as steady as they have been since they got here because of the constant battling. The ship's, it's still stable, but their output is not as great as it was. So she says, okay, maybe we should, take a moment to kind of like repair the ship a little bit. Bright says the opposite, where he's like, we're so close. We'll keep going and we'll worry about it when we, get there. Let's just get through this air pocket and then we'll be fine. But it doesn't take long for those 3 purple airplanes to show up and...
Only 3. I just want to be clear. These people every week have fought off armies and then 3 planes show up.
Now, these are big attack carriers, sure.
Yeah, but there's 3 of them?
Yeah, but there is a good reason.
But there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them.
It's not the greatest plan.
But it's all they have. That's the point.
Yeah, to which I say, don't go.
Right. Let's keep them and hope we get resupplied later.
Yeah. So what if they cross the fucking boundary? You'll get to fight them later. This is a war. Why are you sending your last 3 planes out against people who've destroyed armies?
Yeah. And as it turns out, the stragglers that are on these 3 attack carriers are not really great at what they do.
Yeah,
anyway.
There's a reason they weren't in the previous attacks.
These are like all the people who are just like, you're not good enough to fight, so you stay here.
Yeah, Iselina's angels were not properly vetted for this.
Nope, not at all. But who is properly vetted and ready is Amuro, actually. Like, he's really on point this episode.
Well, I like that because I feel like the first 10 episodes, like that first arc, I started to get frustrated with how I didn't feel like he was progressing, but they really built it into those last couple episodes where you just see him get better and better. So now he's just ready to go, and it's great.
Yeah, and he's actually got a lot of confidence and swagger as he gets contacted by Bright, to let him know. He's like, hey, 3 attack planes are coming. Can you do something? And he's like, sure. You guys go ahead. I'll stay back with a little assistance, and I'll take care of them. What about the turbulence? Actually, I think that'll help me dodge the missiles. Pardon
my yawn agreement. But yeah, I love that when he's like, oh, the turbulence, that'll help me avoid getting shot. And I was like, yeah, get it, Amuro.
And thankfully, it doesn't take long for us to get into the action because the hangar opens up. Gundam is ready to jump out. So is the gun cannon, but this time it's being operated by Ryu, not Kai.
Yes, I noticed that.
I'm not sure why they did that.
Well, I feel like the gun cannon was better for this mission than the gun tank, and if you had the option of Ryu or Kai, who would you let drive it?
Not the person who hasn't driven a mobile suit before.
Well, I mean, he's driven the gun tank, which is...
Yeah, but he was doing the tank part, not the shooty part.
Yeah, but also he's relatively competent. And Kai can't push anyone off a cliff this time.
True.
There are no cliffs in the sky.
Yeah, and as it turns out, even though I'm mocking Ryu right now, he's actually better at piloting it than Kai was.
Yeah, that's why they sent him out. He is much better at piloting it than Kai is.
And I think that's only because, unlike the other ragtag crew that has been made to govern over White Base, Ryu is one of the only soldiers from the Federation in the first place. Like, we saw him when he first got introduced. He was helping out the original captain of White Base before he got killed.
Yes, I forgot about him. We sent him off into space.
Yeah, Mr.
But we're fine now. Oh, yes, I recall him.
Heart attack, died.
Well, he was impaled for a good 3 episodes.
Yeah, true.
A lot has happened in 10 episodes.
Right? It's kind of surprising.
Sometimes it didn't feel like a lot had happened, and now as I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, there was a lot.
Yeah. So now that Amuro's got all the confidence in the world, he knows how to make the Gundam jump real good.
He jumps so good.
He's able to just leap right off of White Base, use the wind to carry him over to land on one of the first Gao attack carriers. And immediately, he doesn't get to go to work yet because they start pointing guns and shooting at him.
Yeah, which is a real great plan to shoot at things on your compatriot ship.
As we will learn.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Iselina, we're already making some choices, aren't we?
Yeah, although this episode shows that the Gundam shield that usually is brought out on every battle each shield is made of a different quality.
Yes!
Because some shields have they have the density of paper, and this one was nearly indestructible.
Well, no, but this one he actually said, he was like, my shield is breaking down. I'm like, that's fine. You have 17 other ones in the back room.
I'll tell you what, though. What's different about this particular one in this episode is that it withstood a lot more than other episodes where, like, some of the Zaku's have been able to take their axes and chop that thing in half.
Yes.
Like it was, a knife through butter. And this one, it was taking,
it just kept exploding.
It kept exploding. Like they were shooting shells at it, lasers, all this sorts of crazy stuff. And it held throughout most of this episode until one point later.
I'm sure he'll have another one next week.
Oh, yeah.
He always does.
He'll be fine. Shields, bazookas, those are in endless supply.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, this is where we see Ryu actually is pretty good at being the gun cannon pilot, because the turrets on the first scout, they almost shoot Amuro off the plane.
Yeah.
Then they try to shoot Ryu. He just ducks.
Yeah, he just ducks and then shoots the... my favorite part is that they paused on them standing on the wings for like a hot second, and I was like, oh, are they just gonna hang there just to be shitty? Like, haha, can't get us, we're on the wings. That's where I thought it was going, because we just kind of hung on them for a second, and I'm like, oh, we're just chilling on the wings now.
Yeah, like when they first land on it, they land on both wings of the plane to keep it balanced, because that makes sense. Physics.
Yeah, I was like, no, just one of you land, flip it upside down, and just, kick it down to the ground.
Yeah, but then they would have to land all the way back on the ground, and
they have rockets.
Wait, they don't have time for that right now.
The Gundam can fly. They have done an aerial battle before.
Don't worry. As Jeff mentioned, the pilots of the Gao attack carriers are doing a great job at keeping themselves defended.
Yeah, one of them falls... One of them at one point, I don't know when in the episode this happens, he just falls off his chair.
Yeah. I'll tell you exactly why.
And it's drawn like, whoa! And I was like, yeah, Iselina, you did not bring out the A squad for this one.
I think you might have been writing notes, because it was actually a part of a gag that they used.
Well, this is right before Amuro takes the thing and hucks it.
Yeah. Yeah. They do show that some people fall out of their chairs because the plane gets imbalanced for a little bit.
Okay, no, they show one specific person.
You're talking about the guy who's at the helm of the wheel and he goes flying off, right?
But it's drawn where he doesn't even so much go flying as just tips over.
So that's when Amuro is taking a piece of the tail fin from the plane and tearing it.
Yes.
And that's what causes him to go flying out of the chair, because the wheel goes with him, because Amuro's forcing the fin to be in the wrong direction. And
I know why he fell out of his chair. And
it just
any
looked
of us
really...
would have fallen out of our chair.
It just looked funny.
Issue is it was like I expected a splat sound effect when he fell over the way they drew it.
Oh yeah, like they gave him the very cartoonish reaction to it.
Yes.
Yeah, so that happens, which I had Jeff watch twice because I thought it was a really cool thing, where he broke the fin and again showing that his javelin throwing skills are amazing.
Well, yeah, and I literally wrote what I was writing while that played and then you had it replayed was, who authorized this mission? Who said, yes, let's give this civilian 3 of our biggest fighter planes and let's have it piloted by idiots, and then we will go and we will beat the people who no one has been able to beat. Let's go.
It was obviously not Char, because now that I think about it, Char
did not seem that concerned about them, though.
No, he gave no crap about anything this episode. But in terms of ranking, he actually could have assumed the role that Garma had.
Well,
if he wanted to, and if he cared.
I think what's-his-face tries to assume that role, to which Char says, like, no.
Oh, Lieutenant Dorota, yeah.
Yeah, who's like, hey, I'm Lieutenant Dorota, and remember, I was directly under Garma, and Char just goes,
I don't care.
I don't care.
It was fantastic. It was like, now he has no reservations. He's not playing nice. Garma's gone. He doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, and I don't remember who said it, but someone referred to the planes as idiots, and I was like, that is correct.
Yes. Yeah, I believe it was actually Char.
I think Char was like, what are these idiots doing? I'm like, yes, they are idiots. And right after that is when Char was like, I don't care what your name is.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight these people.
Yeah, so for a moment, we thought that our boys from a couple episodes ago, Big John and his little horny buddy, were going to come up and help them. No, it's actually Char and his buddy Dren.
Wait, you thought it was them?
When I first saw this.
Oh, I didn't think it was them at all. I'm like, no, they're off living a lovely life.
Because it's the same plane that they flew before.
Oh, I don't remember what plane they flew before. That, Keenan, when you say we thought that, I don't recognize a plane for nothing. Unless it's purple, that means it's Garma's, because all of his Air Force needs to match his hair.
Right, exactly.
This was a green plane. It meant nothing to me.
No. Yeah, Char and his second in command, they're coming to help out, but more help themselves rather than help Iselina and whatever she's up to.
Well, yeah, it didn't even seem like Char realized who was piloting. He was just like, oh, here's some of Garma's dumb soldiers doing a dumb thing.
Okay, I'll just let them go and I'll be on my way.
Yeah, he's gonna go fight White Base, which I thought was weird because he was in a plane. Turns out Char is much more effective in a plane than he is in his own legendary Red Comet mobile suit.
Because that spy plane, I thought, was only carrying like supplies and tracking stuff. No, it's got bombs on it.
Yeah, and they are very effective bombs because for the first time ever, White Base had to land.
Yeah, forcibly, because...
and I got very concerned.
Char did a flyover on White Base as Hayato tries to shoot it down on a turret, although he couldn't figure out...
No, Keenan?
Uh-huh.
Keenan?
Yes.
So Hayato's in the turret.
Uh-huh.
But he's having a little trouble. So he figures the safety must be on. What? This isn't a handgun at the shooting range? What the? What?
Hayato is 15.
Okay. I just would like to make clear, y'all, this wasn't a beam laser or this wasn't a handheld anything. This was a turret like the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars, like ba-bam, ba-bam.
Yeah.
What? What?
The only reason they had to do that was to show that the turret is very powerful and Hayato has a hard time using it.
But when he's like, oh, the safety, I'm like, there's no safety. That's not a hand. What are you doing?
Like
what are you doing?
He comes out, you know, the
where would that switch even be?
The little opening. Oh, he actually turns it. We actually see him turn the safety off.
Okay. I know nothing about the military.
Uh-huh.
Other than I love and respect our troops. That's all I know.
Right.
I know none of the specifics.
Much respect to everybody in our military.
That's all I know. Do like the turrets on top of tanks and that have safeties?
I have no idea if that's how it is
in
in real life.
You stop and think about it, it would make sense.
Because that means anybody who can jump in can start shooting people.
True. I guess it's just weird as someone who, you know, even though I have a lot of opinions on guns, as someone who did got a rifle merit badge and in Boy Scouts, like go to the, you know, the handgun shooting range.
Right.
Like those I think of as having safeties, especially because kids were dealing with them. But like this to me is it just seemed weird when but then to have him flip it and then get like knocked over by the recoil of yet again, not a regular gun, but this big laser blaster. I was very confused. It just seemed buck wild to me.
Yeah, that was clearly set up to be like a visual gag, but it didn't really pay off.
Yeah, it was bananas is what it was.
It just makes Hayato look foolish. And
yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, I just was, the safety is on. Let's continue, Keenan.
Yeah.
I can't with this nonsense.
So Char does his flyover, like I mentioned.
Yes.
This is where we see that the spy plane's got bombs. He drops it on one of the engines. And because of that, White Base starts losing power fast, and they go into a dive.
It's hardcore.
Like we see for probably maybe 30 seconds that it slowly starts going through the clouds until we can't see it anymore.
Yeah, and I was like, why have we never used this plane before? This is much more effective than anything else we've ever used against White Base in the Gundam. P.S. Amuro and Ryu still just standing on some planes while this is going down.
Yeah, because they're just watching in awe like, oh my god, White Base is going down.
Yeah, which also wasn't the best plan because they're still getting shot at, and it's not a great idea to take your eyes off the gun shooting at you.
Yeah, but that's okay, because when we cut back from break,
Shoo!
yeah, the little shoo! The gals, their aim is, very poor.
Well, it is, but also it kind of isn't because they hit Ryu.
Yeah.
And Amuro has to, like, take him off the plane to, like, keep him from getting destroyed.
Well, after, like, the first plane they take down.
Yes.
Because Zeon accidentally shoots it, trying to hit them.
Well, yes, they're very bad.
We see the whole plane go down in a blaze and
in a
bright
very
flash.
slow blaze. Because remember, we watch it fall through the sky, then we watch it fall to the clouds, then we watch it fall to the ground, and then it explodes.
Then it explodes in a bright flashlight.
Yes.
Not sure why they needed to go out of the way to show that, but okay.
We needed to pad the episode.
I guess so. I mean, I felt like this episode had plenty enough.
Well, obviously not, because otherwise it wouldn't have hit 20-something minutes.
That's true. That's true. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I might have jumped ahead a little too far.
Gasp! Keenan, what did we miss?
Oh, yeah. So right before Char's attack.
I'm so sorry, you all. We do what we can, but I just follow Keenan's lead. And when he leads us down these roads that lead to nowhere, I'm just so sorry.
Don't apologize for me. I will do that. I apologize, everyone, for misleading you. Now then, on to the real matter at
But
hand.
it's fun for me.
But it's fun to watch my co-host squirm. He says.
How do you all spend your Saturdays?
Or whatever day you're listening. I forgot that before Char made his attack, he had like an internal monologue. It's just like,
oh, yeah, where he was like, yes, evil plans. I don't remember exactly what he said.
Yeah, he is like, well, I'm sure they're probably wondering what took me so long, or where my allegiance is, but I'm sure they'll be fine because they know I work for Admiral Dozel.
Except no one asked that at any point.
Yeah, that was more just like Char just kind of like admiring his own cleverness, I guess.
There was a lot of that this episode. He was giving himself a lot of credit.
He's riding high right now.
That no one else was giving him.
Yeah. The other thing that I forgot to mention is the fax that Sayla gets before they go down.
That's right. They did get a fax, and Noah ripped it from her hands, and she was very displeased by this.
Yeah, he snatches it out of her hands, and she's just like,
She does. She does a little growl because she's mad. Love her.
I'm telling you, don't mess with Sayla. Things will happen. The message says it's from Federation headquarters. They're still not getting help.
Yeah, we didn't really need to send that fax.
But they did say that they are preparing to go pick up the civilians.
Which they already did. Why are we, how many times are we gonna, I guarantee you, next week, more civilians.
Probably. The thing is that when Matilda showed up, she had a big plane and she took the injured off, which we were surprised at because they didn't really make mention of it. And they left some, the rest of the non-injured on White Base. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure somebody thought that was a good idea. Nobody.
Their category as non-injured doesn't stay super long by the end of the episode.
Yeah. So this whole point was to show that Federation is not on the ball, and Bright is not happy about it. Like, we even see him grit his teeth a little bit as he's reading that note.
I don't know what he was expecting. They have never been useful at this point. Did he forget Luna too? Because I never will.
No, neither will I. That's when Char does his thing. And they
have a really rough landing.
ride.
Like, everyone gets like, who, I don't remember if it was Sailor or Mirai. One of them gets like thrown.
It's Bright. So Bright
That's right, Bright gets thrown.
Bright gets thrown from his director's chair into the, floor. Mirai hits her head on the console.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
And Sayla falls back on her butt.
It is a rough, like, it was very good. Very well done.
Yeah, because they go down to in the middle of a sandstorm in this barren landscape, and they just skid across, the hard surface and everything. And now they're stuck. Now they're stuck there because they don't have enough output to get the ship up just yet. Which is bad news for everybody.
Very bad news.
To a point where even Amuro is just like, okay, we should probably go down there.
Yeah, because Ryu gets shot.
Yeah.
And gets damaged, and
he gets blown back to where Amuro has to jump off the plane and pick him up.
Yeah,
and make sure he doesn't fall to his doom.
Which worked because the Amuro thought they should jump down there anyway. So it's like, well, this is perfect. Let me go grab my injured friend and let's leap off the side of this plane.
Yeah.
And Iselina, bless her heart, this could have been her chance. And then she's like, no, we must I will defend his honor. I was like, you should have just taken the painting, girl. Stop this plan.
I will avenge my Garma.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you're already doing a bad job. Like, you got one hit in all the time you've been fighting him. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not worth it, girl.
Yeah, so thankfully, though, everybody on White Base is okay, despite the hard landing. Like, they're all a little rugged from, hitting their heads and everything. Mm-hmm. But it seems like everybody's okay. Bright tells Sayla to go check on the civilians, which we'll address in a minute. Because not too far away from them, Char decides, like, well, I guess it's time to go do things my way. He lands his plane. He gets out.
Yeah, here's where he made a mistake.
He's got a gun, but he's just one guy.
Well, which I thought was weird, because here's what I thought was going to happen. They shot down White Base, so White Base can't do a ton of fighting. I figured they were just going to storm White Base and capture everyone. Nope, not even remotely close to what happens. Char decides, because he's really feeling his oats at this point, he's just going to go by himself.
Yeah.
With a gun, and that'll take care of everything.
Yep. I mean, he mentions that, like, he knows that there's no backup that's going to be coming right now because from what he saw, Amuro and Ryu are distracted by the 3 Gao planes, so they're up in the sky, he's on the ground, and White Base is not really able to defend itself from just one person.
That's fine. Char got this, or so he thinks.
Right. Although one thing I did like, though, is when everybody was kind of getting up after that crash, Bright takes the time to actually compliment Mirai for actually able to getting...
Yes, he does, and he's correct.
We've seen other episodes where he's done this a couple of times. Like, he did it once with Amuro, where he was actually genuinely thankful for what he was doing. This time, it was just like, oh, yes. And even though, like, Mirai wasn't really taking the credit for it, she was like, oh, it was just White Base.
So modest.
And that's what he said. Just like, oh, don't be so modest.
I love her. She is my favorite character, hands down. Like, Mirai is my favorite character in the show. I love her.
Anyway, so...
I know what's next, and it's bad. It's very bad, Keenan. Sayla gets an alert.
First, Bright and Mirai, they're trying to repair the systems on the bridge right now. It looks like Bright is playing a game of Operation. and Sayla comes running back up. The civilians are running away. Yeah.
What the fuck are they doing? I was so like, and then they just cut outside, and it's one of them just has like a suitcase and is running through the very dusty, windy desert. Like, we're not staying here anymore. And I was like, dude, where are you gonna go?
And that's even Bright was, saying that because he runs down along with a couple other people to stop the rest of the civilians from going because he knows this is a terrible idea. He wants everybody else to know this is a terrible idea. The other civilians outside are like, Zeon's not going to get us. They're just after White Base. Look at me.
And me standing 2 feet from White Base makes me perfectly. He actually says, he goes, oh, they just want White Base in the Gundam, so we'll be perfectly safe. First of all, never mind Zeon for a minute.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of nowhere in a desert with a horrible windstorm
Yeah.
happening.
And all they have
What do you
is
mean
just...
you're perfectly safe? Did you not remember how weather works or landscapes?
This guy and along with 3 other people, all they have is like a couple of coats. They got a suitcase, a hat, and that's all.
He's like, we haven't seen Earth in so long. I'm like, I guess not, since you seem to be mistaking sand for grass. What is your plan?
I'm sure they must have thought, oh, the sand will give us cover. Not from bullets.
No, because they run right to Char, and then he just starts killing off dumbass civilians because he doesn't know if they're military or not. He just sees figures coming at him through the wind. So he just starts murdering idiots with suitcases who couldn't sit on the damn ship. Mm-hmm. And I felt no pity.
Yep. Char kills the 3 that initially walked out. Which
it is kind of brutal, though, because they just see the silhouette of them dropping through the storm from White Base. And I was like, don't feel bad for them. They're idiots.
Yep. But, excuse me, it was cold-blooded.
If he knew they were civilians, I would have gotten more upset with him, but I don't, or at least they did not, they made it seem to me like he just knew someone was coming out of White Base and just shot, because for all he knows, that's the Gundam pilot who he has yet to meet coming out.
Although it's not sandy enough to block everybody's vision, Bright and Hayato and Kai, they run out and start shooting at him. Sayla, who's hanging outside, or looking through the doorway, spots Char and is like, oh yeah, there's that man again.
Well, the sand is only obscuring vision when it's convenient to the plot, and then it's not. I did think it was rad as hell when Hayato, Noah, and Kai just ran out and were just they were ready to go fuck his shit up. Mm-hmm. And they just fire on him. And it's so funny because Char, big man Char, who's been feeling himself this whole episode, just goes uh-oh, and runs away. And I don't think that's the last we see of him this episode, but I do think it's the last of him fighting we see this episode.
You are correct.
I made a mistake, and he is gone.
Yeah.
And that is the end of Char.
He knows that he is just one man with a gun, and 1 man against 3 is not great.
Yep. No, it's not. And we know there's at least one other person on that plane with him who I guess is just still sitting there reading People magazine, waiting for his boss to come back.
Yeah, his second in command is just chilling and probably having a donut along with that magazine.
Yeah, not great. Char, not great job.
Now, you would think oh, well, why doesn't he just bomb them again? Well, the spy plane is out of bombs, so he just picks up the plane and he's away.
Yeah, the Char is blasting off again.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just weird that Char started the episode being more effective than he's ever been, only to be completely useless by the end and just run away. Especially because then we cut to Zeon, and Char is actually a big topic of conversation amongst the Zabi family. And I found this very interesting.
Yeah, I did too. So over on the balcony of part of the castle on Zeon's home turf, Degwin, the sovereign, he's overlooking it. And again, he's asking Giran and the other family members with him, why can't we just mourn Garma as a family? And Giran's point is, well, Garma was very popular among the civilians of Zeon.
And obviously, have you seen his hair?
Right. So it would be a fitting tribute to him, and it would boost the morale of all of our civilians, including maybe getting some of them to join the fight, if we hold a state funeral, a public one for everybody to watch and, mourn his loss. Dolzul and Cassilia, they have more concerns about Char, where Dolzul knows that Char was hanging out with Garma. So he thinks Char was directly responsible and wants to pin the blame on him for not protecting Garma.
Ironic, I would say, as he is partially correct in that, yes, Char is directly responsible for Garma's death.
Mm-hmm.
He is incorrect in thinking that he just was basically Garma's bodyguard and sucked at it, which is weird because I don't even remember seeing Char tell Dozle that he was going to see Garma, and we never saw Dozle during the Garma episodes.
Not once.
So I'm like, no, you should kill him because I have a feeling you three are also on his murder list. Or you four, actually. I was like, I don't, you know what? Dozle, you're right. You should kill Char because if you don't, I'm pretty sure he's coming for you next.
Cassilia, the only thing that she really says about this is she doesn't really agree with Dozle. She just wants to leave Degwin to kind of handle it. It's like, you make the call. You're the king around here.
Yeah, and Degwin doesn't even, like, Char just seems like a second thought to, because he's like,
just relocate him or
yeah, like just send him somewhere.
Yeah,
because he really just wants to focus on he just lost his son, and what's it, Giran?
Yeah, Giran.
He is really pushing it, like right up to the end. Like, you need to make a decision about how we're going to inform the public about Garma's death.
Yeah, your decision needs to be swift.
Yeah, and he just is like, send Char away, and then does he make a decision or do we just cut out?
We don't hear what his decision is. We can assume what
I have a
did.
good idea of what the decision will be. I just, you know, what I liked is, I really love seeing the relationships within the Zabi family. Now that we know it is kind of like this imperial family that lords over Zeon, and how, what's his name? Daddy.
Degwin.
He's a lot different than I was expecting.
Yeah.
He's very soft-spoken. He's very not quick to make decisions, at least at the moment. It's very interesting. I can't wait. I want to learn everything about this family. And I'm happy. I want to figure out, because now I have a feeling Giran ordered the colony drop, because that's who seems like the one who would want to murder a continent. Like, if I had to pick.
Like, maybe even though Degwin is the king, he may not be the one actually controlling things here.
I think, yes.
I'm very curious.
Yes
now.
Yes and no. I get the feeling like Degwin was kind of the head honcho, and then I feel like when it comes to the dirtier things, Giran probably pushed him, and now with the death of Garma and the clear effect it's having on Degwin, I wouldn't be surprised if Giran is more of a driving force of Zeon's planning.
Because you hear it throughout. You hear it throughout all their conversations that they have between each other, where Degwin says very little, but Giran is the one just heavily pushing the matter.
Clearly, Giran is the advisor. Like, he is the
Jafar.
He's exactly.
He's the royal vizier.
Yes. I mean, I think Degwin's more capable than the Sultan in Aladdin is. Not that I have any proof of that. We haven't really seen him do anything. This seems like, I don't feel like this is the show that would have a fool be the leader who's getting purely played by his advisor.
And I think I agree with that.
He may be getting played, but not to the level of like Jafar, who has his
who needs to hypnotize the Sultan.
Yeah, who has Iago like riding that stationary bike, keeping the magic going downstairs. Like, I don't think it's that situation, but I do feel like Giran is pulling strings, and Degwin. One might not be as unaware of it as we might think, but also, at the very least, prior to Garma's death, was more capable than what we've been shown.
I am so happy that you are invested in this family.
I'm extremely invested in this family. Well, I have a feeling they're going to be very important going forward.
Yeah. I mean, they have to be, because they're the ultimate villain. They're the leaders of the rival faction.
Do tell me, Keenan.
Uh-huh.
Were they mentioned in NT at all? Because I don't remember the Zabi family ever being mentioned.
They were not.
Okay.
That much I can tell you.
I'm drawing my red string.
Okay. I mean, we got a little bit of that string cut because now we met Cassilia today.
Yes.
But this is great. I'm getting so excited for what you're going to see in the future.
I can't wait. This is why I say don't send spoilers to the Twitter or the email, because I want to see how this all shakes down.
Yeah. And I agree with what you were saying about Dagon, where he doesn't feel like he's the type of character that would cave into that kind of manipulation.
No.
Because when I see him, I definitely get like, not just because he doesn't speak so much, but he definitely has that presence that is very powerful and very intimidating.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen his jewel?
Right? The big ass gem on top of his cane. And not just, and just physically too. He's a big man.
He's a very large man.
Like, not as large as Dozle. Dozle is actually like a head taller than Degwin is.
Yeah, but like the smallest head taller.
We're never going to get over that.
No. Yeah, unacceptable. Meanwhile, back on Earth, there's a laser spear out and about, and I was very excited.
Yeah, we get the new toy. So Amuro had been modifying the beam saber to transform into a literal javelin with a beam head.
Yep.
And it's fucking rad.
Yep. And but also I'm like, why didn't we do this in the first place? You could have taken out those 3 planes in 2 seconds.
Because he does take them out in 2 seconds.
He does. Well, he does. And then
he takes one out in 2 seconds.
Okay, and then he should have taken one out, but we needed to get an emotional scene in there. So what really should have destroyed Iselina's plane
had to get dragged
somehow
out a little bit.
just to make it a little smoky.
Right.
Because we need the big dramatic and when he blows up the second plane, that does cause a very Lieutenant Piccolo shrapnel incident to go on with what's his name?
Dorota, yeah.
Dorota.
So
he also gets shot in the arm.
So Amuro converts the beam saber into the javelin. He jumps onto the second Gao that's still flying around. He just decimates it. Cuts the thing in half.
Slice
and dice. It explodes, like Jeff said.
Boom.
He lands Iselina. Well, you remember what I brought up about the whole shield thing?
Well, yes.
I forgot to mention it. So before the first Gao went down, or I guess it's the second one. I'm not. My memory is a little fuzzy on that one. They try to like unload everything onto Amuro before like they go down, and the only thing defending him is that shield, and for some reason it's able to hold up just a little bit, and then he says it starts melting.
It does. It gets a little melty because you see it start to widen. Here's the thing.
But later on when we see it looks like it's perfectly fine.
Well, you know how they are with shields. He probably ran and got another one.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to bring that up again.
The number of times we have watched his shield get destroyed and then is perfectly fine the next week, or in this case, 10 minutes later, is they are numerous.
He's quite versatile with it. He's able to Captain America it. He's able to protect himself. He's able to be completely useless with it.
Yes, and then Iselina, yet again, bless her heart, decides to try to do the Garma kamikaze move. Here's the thing, though.
This is after, like, they're, not only is Amuro trying to shoot it, Ryu's trying to shoot in the gun cannon. The gun tank comes out of nowhere and starts shooting it.
Yeah, and which should have destroyed it based on what we've seen before, but we needed to make sure we got Iselina to the ground so there could be a confrontation.
Right. And even Amuro's surprised, is like, it's not going down. Chucks the javelin through it.
Well, yeah.
It's still not going down.
Yeah, I was equally surprised because I was like, no, that should have blown up by now. And then she crashes it into Amuro, but in a way that seems like it is the lowest possible. Let's just say the animation budget for kamikaze attacks was thrown entirely into last week's episode and was not saved to be used in this week's episode because what we witnessed, I can only describe as like Bulbasaur using tackle and knocking the Gundam over, and then the Gundam just sits there.
Yeah, so when the second plane blew up, because Amuro is a whiz with that new Javelin toy, the explosion caused the window to break on the plane that Iselina was on. It cut Dorota.
Yes.
Like, it cut his arm to a point where apparently he can't fly anymore, which, admittedly, I thought was a little odd.
Well, yeah, but you know what else is odd? Later, he's dead for unexplained reasons.
I assume it was because of the crash.
Yeah, but she's not even injured.
No, she's fine. Dorota apparently isn't, though.
Yeah.
He did.
It was very, the physics of the plane and everyone on them.
Doesn't make sense.
Not even a little bit.
Like, you would assume that because it's so big, the crash it would made would probably, one, make the ship explode. Two, it would have knocked the Gundam back a lot farther.
Yeah, nothing made sense here. Because really, the writers just wanted to get us to the next confrontation that happens.
Iselina being like, Mobile Suit, I'll take my revenge and reclaim Garma's honor, doesn't even fly out of the open window when it crashes.
No, she goes and finds, like, the security elevator.
No, she doesn't even do that.
To get onto the roof.
No, she doesn't even do that. I'll tell you what she does. She goes to take the pistol away from Lieutenant Dorota.
Who's dead?
Who's dead? She has a little bit of a cry over it. She climbs.
You know how, like, when you're taking someone's gun and just crying the whole time?
Yeah.
Iselina, like, you know what? Respect the hustle. She's doing her best.
She climbs out the window and then stands on top of the roof.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah, she does.
She's not combat ready.
But she looks fabulous in the wind. They give a great shot.
She's in a really good dress and heels. But I'm not sure if this is what led to what would happen, but she points the gun at Amuro, who's coming out of the cockpit because the Gundam is jammed. He has to go and fix it now.
Yeah.
He gets outside. Iselina's pointing the gun. She again says, I take revenge for my love's honor.
Yeah, P.S. She's way too far away to hit him with a gun.
Yeah, with a pistol, I don't think
She
so.
is way too far away for that to reach him.
At least with how they frame it, for sure.
Yes. But he seems sure she'll hit him, and so does she.
Right. Not even before she shoots the gun, she falls.
Well, they have that little moment where she's like, I must get my revenge. And he's like, revenge?
Yeah, on me?
On me? And I was like, Amuro, you have killed a lot of people. Like, she could be anyone at this point. But he's very thrown by this.
Well, I mean, how could he have known that one of the greatest characters in Gundam history would be on a plane that he would be a part of blowing up?
I was about to say, he's not even my favorite part of this. She's like, we must kill the mobile suit pilots. I'm like, those aren't who killed Garma.
No, it was actually White Base.
Yeah.
That did the majority of the work.
Yes, I was like, girl, you need better intel.
Uh-huh. Nah, she's just too wrapped up in her emotions right now.
Yeah, Keenan.
Not that I blame her, but...
Could you explain to me what happens next? Because I was very confused. I didn't know if she had a heart attack or maybe just heartburn.
Or maybe the heels are not conducive for standing on top of a plane.
I mean, that's logical, but also there is nothing shown to us to show us that that's what causes this.
I'll tell you what would have made more sense that they should have done.
Anything. They showed us nothing.
Right. So what it looks like, what we see on the episode is that before she shoots the gun, she just falls.
She's standing there aimed, ready to shoot at him.
And then falls.
Yeah, we don't know if she was blown off. All of a sudden she just goes like, oh.
It doesn't look like she fainted.
Nope.
Like she lost consciousness or anything.
No, she's got her eyes open.
She just slipped and fell.
She just, not even slipped. We don't see her slip. She just, all of a sudden she's standing and then all of a sudden she's falling forward and we are given no reason for why she falls.
Yeah. So what I thought would have made it better is because she doesn't look like the type of person to really know how to use a gun, is that the recoil of the gun maybe knocks her off.
Well, here's what surprised me. But like you said, she didn't even shoot. What really surprised... Okay, this is very dark, which is why I should have known this wasn't what was going to happen. For some reason, when he noticed her, his shock, for some reason, I thought she was going to be pointing the gun at herself, not at him.
Oh, like...
I don't know why, but for some reason, as soon as they started panning up her, I think it's because they did the slow pan, because we already saw her took the gun, so we knew she was going to try to shoot him. Mm-hmm. So
they would have, like, I referenced like Garma and Iselina are kind of like Romeo and Juliet. Maybe they would have actually lived out what would eventually happen.
Well, yeah. So I was just the fact that we did a slow pan up her, only to see she's pointing the gun at Amuro, which is what we were expecting anyway. I was like, oh my gosh, she can try like threaten to shoot herself. it kind of put her death on Amuro's head too. Like, I didn't know what her plan was.
That would have been really interesting.
It would have been very dark, and I don't think they would have done it. Because even, like, NT had its dark moments, but, like, what I just described is very dark.
Yeah, that's some, like, real psychological,
and
like, mind games that would totally mess up somebody like Amuro.
Yeah, and if we've learned anything about Iselina, is that forethought, not her skill.
No. But unfortunately, Jeff, I don't really have an explanation for you.
Yeah.
She just kind of falls to her death.
Yeah, and it's brutal because we see her land.
Yeah, and they take their time with it.
I mean, the animation isn't as brutal with her death as it could be.
No,
because if that happened in real life, we would see her neck snap in half.
Right.
But she does land head first.
Yeah. Onto the ground,
falling off a building-sized plane.
Yeah. And what the show at least does well enough to kind of let us know that it's like, oh, this is really uncomfortable, is one, the music does a very good job of building the tension as she's falling. It goes, like, deathly quiet once her head makes contact with the ground.
Oh, it was rough.
It was pretty rough. Now, obviously, it isn't animated as well as it could have been, nowadays, but
nowadays, like, they would have showed her with, like, her neck broken and probably a lot of blood, if not just an exploded head. But yeah, just the land. But that's the thing I've talked about in previous episodes. This show does a lot with a little, where, like, sometimes things are genuinely stressful and scary. And in this time, it was genuine. When she landed, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, we both did that. We were like, ooh.
Yeah, it was rough.
Like, even though, like, it obviously didn't look like what would realistically happen, it's still a frightening thing to watch.
Yeah, because, well, when she falls off, like, they deal with the perspective and just how tall she is. They deal with that very well, where you're like, she is, if you fall off that plane, you are not surviving. Right. And the second she falls, you're like, oh, she's done.
Right.
And the thing I really like that they did is they didn't do, like, Amuro runs over to her and she explains who she is and why she was trying to kill him.
Nope.
And no,
they don't answer that at all.
She's dead. And I do like that. They never know who she is. They never know why she was after Amuro, because in the grand scheme of things, they don't need to, because Iselina is not that important of a character. She was only in one other episode, but it's just, it sets off it's very good. I really don't even know how to explain just why it works, but it works very well, and I'm glad. All they know is this woman brought these 3 planes out to kill Amuro, and none of them know why.
I can tell you what I think makes this really great is this is now I have a little bit of concern, because when we've seen episodes where Amuro kind of loses it, sometimes it isn't done very well. The last time it was okay. Like, we both really praised that when Amuro had his breakdown.
Yeah.
This one, it's a setup for another one, it seems, because Amuro, like, he doesn't know what to think of it, because he even asks out loud, he's like, what was her name? Why does she want to kill me?
Yes, I love that. That was such a good moment.
Like, he's processing all this, while at the same time, like, when everything settles down, he along with Kai, Ryu, Hayato, they bury her.
I mean, the why does she want to kill me was a little silly, only in that he's in a war. She said she wanted revenge, and he's murdered a ton of people. So he could just make the assumption it could be the relative of literally anyone he's killed in Zeon.
Yeah.
But they don't know. Do they even know that Garma's dead? That they killed Garma in that ship? No, they just know they took down, because to them that was just another fight. Yes. We know as the audience what a big deal that was. They don't know.
Yeah. The only other person is Char and the Zabi family that know that Garma died.
Yeah. And Char is up chuckling away in his plane, and the Zabi family's plotting.
And he even's like making excuses to tell what little soldiers remain. He's like, if they ask him, like, why didn't you go out in your mobile suit? And his second in command, like, I noticed this, I don't know if you did. He gives Char a look, and she's just like, dude, you're kind of scaring me right now.
Oh, that's not the look I thought. I thought he gave a look like, yeah. I felt like he was giving you a look like, yeah, let's
Oh, I didn't see it that way then.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought he was just like, okay, maybe you're going a little too far here, buddy.
Oh, I thought he was looking at him like, yeah, that's right. We're going to play them for fools.
You think he's in on it?
Yes. Well, 100. Well, Char sat there next to him saying all of his plans out loud. So, yes, I do think he's in on it.
That's a good point.
It was not an inner monologue. It was an outer monologue.
That's very true. That is very true.
And then, the end, they bury Iselina.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very good.
Which Amuro, like I mentioned, is a part of that, where he's literally, with shovel in hand, taking the dirt, over somebody that just tried to kill him.
Yeah, and the civilians, hopefully all of them, decide they're just gonna hit the road now from the desert.
Yeah.
And good luck, y'all.
Like, everybody, like, Bright and all the other, like, crew members, they go back up to the bridge to watch as all the civilians have packed up and they're starting to leave en masse out of White Base, which I'm just like, you idiots.
Well, I do think we see someone coming in the distance, which we are led to believe
do.
is like the rescue party.
We do. It looks like 3 trucks.
Yeah. Well,
like, this is the best they're gonna get.
Yeah, well, I hate the civilians.
So that's all they deserve.
I hope we're done with them.
I hope so too. Like, this was my one complaint about this episode. It's like, why did we have to bring this up again? This is the 3rd time that the civilians have been a problem. And each time, it makes no sense.
And it's never done well.
No.
It's never done where, like, you're like, oh, I get why they're wrong, but I get why they're doing that. No, I never get why they're doing it. It's always bad.
Yeah. And that's where we leave this episode. And then we get our preview of the next episode, which is The Threat of Zeon, where we see that Amuro may have taken that threat against his life maybe a little too harshly, because as Jeff pointed out when we were watching, he was like, what's up with his eyes?
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, his eyes don't have pupils in the preview. And I was like, that's very upsetting.
And we get, we may be seeing that Sovereign Degwin has decided to hold a state funeral for Garma because there's a huge gathering of everybody. And
it looks like the zombie family's out for revenge themselves.
Yeah. Which I cannot wait to see more of, and I'm glad that you can't wait to see it.
I can't wait. Cool, because the great thing is about the Universal Sentry is I know like nothing. They could just be the main villains of Mobile Suit Gundam, and then we get someone completely different for Zeta.
Right.
It could just be one of them, and they're still running around in Zeta. We don't know. I know nothing.
You have a lot of assumptions, but
not assumptions. I have a lot of
predictions?
Ideas.
Okay.
I wouldn't say predictions because I wouldn't confidently say, oh, I think this is going to happen. These are just things that could happen.
Yeah, you're right. Assumption's probably not the right word for it.
That's fine. I was an English major.
As he will remind me again.
I mean, I only remind you twice an episode. It's fine.
Anyway, that's it for this episode of the podcast.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening so much. If you like what you heard, you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify.
Maybe not iTunes anymore. That is yet to be discovered, and I'm very concerned about what this alleged iTunes announcement is dealing, because that's where all my music lives, other than on CDs. So
me too.
We will catch up with y'all on that later.
Yeah, hopefully everybody will remember to back up their libraries because iTunes may be going away for something else.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan of it either.
But we haven't been told exactly what's happening. So, and this is not an iTunes podcast, so now I want to make one.
Well, I mean, we are on iTunes. That's why we're concerned about it. That's a big audience for a lot of people, and we were fortunate enough to get our podcast on it.
Well, they did say they're going to keep the podcast app, which is what I use.
Okay, well, hopefully it'll function the same way.
So we'll see. And that comes through iTunes though, and that is also confusing.
Yeah, that's a big point of contention.
Yeah,
right now.
So you can get us on Apple Podcasts. At least for now. Probably not by the time you hear this. We don't know.
Probably not.
Stitcher.
Google Play.
Spotify. Yes.
A whole bunch of others because when I look up statistics, I see like all these different podcatchers, but they never send me emails about it. So
nice.
It's, it's
so
whoever's out
so
there.
check other podcatchers. You never know where you're going to find us.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a Twitter account. which I run. That's at Gundam Guys. If you want to tweet and say hello or follow, I also kind of use it as my personal Twitter. So Power Rangers and Sailor Moon do make appearances because I love them the most. But mostly I use it to promote the show. And if you want to come say hi, please do. But if you are going to talk about spoilers, anything that happens after this episode of Mobile Suit Gundam, make sure, one, don't tweet at me, because even if you use this hashtag, it will get through. But if you want Keenan to be able to talk to you about it, make sure you use the hashtag MobileSuitJeffrey, that's JEFFREY, and Keenan checks that, and then he will see it and be able to say hello. Or you can tweet him directly at...
I was about to mess up my own Twitter.
Messy.
At K. Scott Pearson, that's Scott with 2 T's. You can send me all the spoiler talk you want. Just make sure you use that hashtag, just like Jeff mentioned.
And... if you want to contact us by email, yet again, I'm the one who runs it. Don't send spoilers to thegundamguys@outlook.com.
Yeah, please send it. We're very friendly.
Yeah, we're nice. We're nice peeps.
So again, thank you all for listening, and we will catch you in the next episode.
See you soon.